tech help. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
And he says, well, but we're pretty busy. We might be able to do it a little faster if you brought it into our shop.
And that faster ended up being?
A month.
In farming, time is of the essence.
We have windows of opportunity where we can get our crop planted at the right time. Too early, you might damage the crop. Too late, you might damage the crop. And then on top of that, you've got Mother Nature.
If Walter didn't bale his hay quickly, he stood to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. On top of that, the repair wasn't cheap.
The part itself was about $150, $160. And the labor to actually change that part was about $300. But by bill was almost $5,000.
This is why those repair restrictions exist. Service and repair work can yield John Deere 5 times more profit than new equipment sales.
John Deere's profits grew by 61% in recent years, and their CEO's salary grew by 160%.
Was just a faulty sensor.
160%. Hey, I need that type of increase in my pay.
Is that something
the good way, though?
Certainly.
Yep.
As long as I had the software
and
the computer to reprogram the sensor.
So you need the software both to diagnose the problem and then also make the actual part repair.
Yep, that's right.
That strategy of requiring software to install a new part, it's called parts pairing. And it was invented by Apple, who's been a real leader in the anti-repair space. They also glue in phone batteries, so you can't just swap them out when they die. And they use proprietary screws to make it harder to get into their product. Other companies have followed suit, making it more expensive for us to fix our devices, kitchen appliances, video game consoles, cars, and so much more.
Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle parts only and only installed by Harley-Davidson mechanics. If you install anything on your motorcycle, your warranty is voided.
Taylor, the manufacturer of McDonald's ice cream machines, makes 25% of their profits from repairs. So, like John Deere, they lock their machine software so only an authorized technician can fix them. And stores end up waiting weeks for one to arrive, which is why McDonald's soft serve machine is always broken.
Y'all wonder why the ice cream machine's still broken?
For 3 generations, Walter and his family have been fixing their own equipment. But now, John Deere isn't just restricting them from doing so. They're arguing that farmers don't actually own their tractors. So, a quick primer on copyrights. If I go into a bookstore and buy a book, I can confidently say I own it. I can do whatever I want with it. Read it, lend it, resell it. I can even take a power tool to it and turn it into a lamp. This is all thanks to a very old provision of copyright law called the First Sale Doctrine.
Once a copy is sold to a member of the public, the publisher or the rights holder no longer has control over that copy. That's how we have public libraries in the United States, for example. It's why we have used record stores and Goodwill.
The First Sale Doctrine draws a clear line between intellectual property and the personal property of consumers. But in the digital age, that line is becoming blurry. If I go to Amazon's ebook store, I'm clicking a button that says buy, and I'm paying them money. But according to Amazon, I didn't buy anything. I only licensed it. When you frame a transaction as licensing instead of selling, the consumer rights we get with the First Sale Doctrine don't apply anymore. Instead, those rights remain with, in this case, Amazon, who can put all sorts of restrictions on us. So, according to the contract I agreed to when I bought this book, I can only read this ebook using an Amazon-approved device if I have an active Amazon account. I can't loan it, make copies of it, or resell it. And Amazon will make extra sure I don't do any of those things by putting digital locks on their ebooks that would stop me if I tried. It's like renting a book with an invisible string that ties it to the seller. That invisible string is called Digital Rights Management, or DRM, and you'll find it on almost every digital product. Software, music, movies, books, video games. And if you figure out how to get around your ebook's DRM to lend it to a friend anyway, you'd be violating the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Companies are using the DMCA to justify lots of dystopian things, like slapping subscription fees onto our printers and toothbrushes. We dug into that in another video you can check out here. So, this book I can lend, this one I can't because I'd be violating copyright law. It doesn't really make sense. But John